Hi guys, it's Charlie here. If you're looking to protect your future with gold or silver, pick the region you're in and choose one of our trusted partners. Hi guys, it's Thursday. It's the 16th of April 2026, and there is so much going on in this pantomime, in this movie. None more so than what's happening in the Middle East. And for those who've followed me for 6, 7 years, you'll know that I did a video 6, 7 years ago about NESARA GESARA. One of the points in NESARA GESARA is the end of all these wars, these ongoing wars that are going on. And we saw the destruction in Ukraine of billions and billions of dollars worth of military equipment. We're now seeing exactly the same in the Middle East. We're seeing billions and billions of dollars of military equipment being destroyed. In the last 10 days, there's been over 40 US military planes that have been destroyed. Nothing in mainstream media, nothing in social media really about it, but they're being destroyed en masse. And this is all part of the end of this ongoing constant war by the neocons and the warmongers out there. And what we're seeing right now is God's plan taking place. There are people out there that are trying to stop this happening. And this is God's reset. And as of the last few days, God's reset has completely blown out of the water Klaus Schwab's great reset that he wanted to bring in. His new world order reset. That's over. That's over. It's over and done with. And God will always win. And what we're seeing right now should lift everyone's spirits as the old system is being dismantled. It may not be dismantled the way you wanted it, but it's God's plan, not your plan. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. My first news of the day is in Australia, Geelong Oil Refinery in Victoria is now on fire. This refinery supplies over 120 barrels of oil a day. This comes at a time where Australia is already running out of fuel. All these fires burning down essential energy infrastructure and food production. Is this all a coincidence, Charlie?
Well, this is all part of the exposure. This is all part of what this plan is all about, because God gave us everything we needed. And whether it's in Australia or whether it's the UK, there's enough natural resource to last for 1,000 years because God gave us that. Man has tried to restrict it, and man has tried to attack it. And we're seeing it all over the world, where man is trying to destroy what God gave us. And it's for those of us who believe in God who will stand up against these criminals. But God will not be mocked, whether in Australia, whether in the UK, whether in Europe, whether in America, anywhere in the world, whether in Iran. God will not be mocked. We'll watch this all unfold. We're living through the greatest time in history, and you were handpicked. You were handpicked to live at this time. Enjoy what's happening. Don't live in fear. Every single book, historical book, the Quran, the Bible, all of the texts, the ancient texts, the most common saying in all of those books is fear not. I would urge you not to live in fear through a crazy time, but to understand, to comprehend that we're living in the most amazing time ever as we watch the complete collapse of an old system in plain sight. Drew.
Next up, Charlie, Downing Street is expected to host major technology firms for urgent talks on child online safety as the government looks to increase regulation of digital platforms. Companies include Meta, Google, Snapchat and TikTok are likely to be involved, with discussions expected to focus on harmful content, age restrictions and platform responsibility. I'd like to give a shout out to George and his wife, who sadly lost their son, Christopher, to online bullying whilst on Roblox. They've been fighting for age restrictions and to remove these platforms that are harming our children. Supporters say tighter rules are needed to protect young users. However, critics warn the measures could go too far, raising concerns around free speech and online censorship. To support them, the link is down below.
This is a very, very sensitive matter. And this is a difficult one. Because I'm privy to information a lot of you are not. But when you're talking about governments ruling on this, you're talking about governments that are full to the rafters of allegedly. You might not like that, but that's a fact. And that's not just the UK. That's worldwide. But as a parent, God gave me a second chance because I was not a good parent the first time round. I was young. I was 18 through to 23 years old as a parent with 3 kids at 23. I was not a good parent. But it's a wake-up call to all the parents out there. And I will say, in Drew's case, she's a very, very good parent. She looks after her 2 boys incredibly well. But there's a lot of parents out there who are not. And this is a wake-up call. Because it's time as parents that you do exactly what you're supposed to do, educate your children. My wife is very, very strict on Justin, what he can and can't do. We don't need a government to tell us what to do. We need education in the parental realm of being better parents. Now, it's very easy to blame, well, my parents didn't do this, my parents didn't do that. I don't buy into that. It's time for you as an individual to take responsibility. And there's nobody who's been through more than Drew in her life, and she's turned out to be a good parent, so don't give me that. It's time to stand up to be a good parent and know what a parent should be, to guide your children, to make them realise what's right and what's wrong. You can't wrap them up in cotton wool. You can't control them totally by laws, because that's a police state. That's communism. That's not what you want. We need to learn to be able to communicate with our children. My wife got invited the other day to the school for a parents' evening. I said, there's no point me going there because I talk to Justin every day I pick him up from school. I know what's going on there. I know exactly what's going on. I don't need a teacher to tell me because I communicate with Justin. And he tells me the naughty stuff he does. He tells his mummy the good stuff he does. That's how it works. That's good parenting. Understand your children, protect them, give them power. Don't take it away from them. Give them power to say no. They'll feel so much better for it. That was the news. On Thursday, the 16th of April, look after your children because they're God's children. Satan, the devil, is after them. It's your job to protect them. Have a good day. Look after them. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
If you want to know the truth, we put out the truth every single day, Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays, we spend with our families, as we should do. So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.